Okay, microphone seems to be working. The stream seems to be working. Okay, we're starting. So, today's idea, basically. Over the weekend, if you watch the streams, we actually failed to create the project that was conceived. So, today, we're making AI do it for me. But first, I thought the actual thumbnail process creation is interesting enough. So today I'll try and use visual bugs that I know about my particular Windows system to create the thumbnail. So let's search up some Google images. I'm gonna actually search them off screen and then just get the images right. First is ChatGPT, of course. I spelled ChatGPU, but it doesn't matter. It does matter. Apparently it comes out with stuff. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So we're gonna open the image in a new tab. Look at that. Oh, even better. Surf. And we're just gonna do this, I think. Oh well. Oh, we cannot pass that. What? I actually don't remember exactly how to use Surf browser. Is it Qt? Do I have Qt browser? Browser. How about that? I don't have the cool browser, but thumbnail creation time. So we noticed this visual bug during the stream, where we're actually launching Surge freezes the screen, but now it did not do that. Come on. Surge. What? Oh wait, it's even better. Right. So now I can move my... Oh no, I cannot. Okay. Let's close Surge XT. Yeah, the idea for this thumbnail creation is basically to not have to use anything in terms of stuff, right? So I'm gonna do that and then search up another image, which is chatDev, which is actually the AI workforce that we're gonna use. Okay. It's kind of a chill stream. By the way, the medicine stream, that's the title because I'm drinking medicine. It's gonna be kind of a chill stream, just a meal, a little cozy, creating an atmosphere. That's why. Okay, let's search up these images. Yeah, so this will actually be chatDev. Let's see. Interesting that I cannot completely. Can I use this image? Yeah, look at that. I can use this image. Okay. So this is here, chatDev. Now, if I call SurgeXT, right? Where's the visual bug fixed all of a sudden? Interesting. Okay, so What about to do this? Okay, that's actually a pretty cool visual bug. We can probably do more masters and stuff like that, but I think that's a pretty convoluted idea already. And I'm gonna do this, and then use my screenshot tool. This is the best thumbnail ever created, I think. In my humble opinion, that is it. Yeah, all of that is fucking great. Okay, so this will be episode 3's thumbnail, and let's see what is the next thing we need to do. Let me check noise levels. So if I tap on the keyboard, this doesn't seem too loud. I think it's fine. Okay, let's... yeah, by the way, the thing you're seeing on the screen, that's not actually the thumbnail. That's just the screen. It looks like that at the moment because of the visual bugs that SurgeXT creates. That's pretty cool. No editing programs whatsoever. Duplicating the camera. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm using DWM to create this mess of visuals because, yeah, I mean, Xlib has bugs. It has bugs. What can we do? So now the Sublime meme that was the thumbnail before will disappear, but that was the thumbnail of the previous stream. Okay. So now we're in business. Let's actually go and see what we are doing. Okay, that was just SurgeXT, the visual bugs in SurgeXT, and then copying that. Okay, so we created the visual thumbnail. Now it's time for the actual thing. So chatDev. I'm gonna open it from here. I should probably delete my search history at some point, but chatDev. This is it. Okay. Okay. So basically, what this does, pretty straightforward. You create an AI workforce that just works for you. That's it. I mean, it has various amounts of success rate, and there's a paper written about this, being written about this, but basically, yeah, it spins up this user interface even if you want, and all of these little people are just ChatGPT agents that then satisfy different roles in the company, and they exchange information through prompts that are like coded up in this. So let's actually start doing this. So first things, we need to clone this. I've already cloned it once, but I'll clone it from scratch for the stream. Okay, cracking open Emacs and making my camera a little bit less. So yeah, what we're gonna do here is go to the stream folder. As you can see, I've already tried it out. So I did actually make a little bit of preparation for this stream, but you know, minimal. The idea is to basically try and develop like a better project than what we had already. So first, I want to like try and run it raw, as is the default configuration. That'll probably not produce much. Plus, there's something about this project. You actually need the OpenAI API key. So actually, this is not technically free, but I mean, a project costs around 20 cents, which means you're technically underpaying employees. But, you know, not that you should, but you can. Okay, let's rename this. Test. And then we execute this command asynchronously in Emacs. I should probably make a stream for the interested about like just little hacks of my broken garbage max config. That's its actual name. So, okay, chatDev has been created, and it has like a couple of hello, you missed the thumbnail creation. This was basically no Photoshop, no nothing, just exploiting visual bugs in Linux so we can create the beautiful mess that was the thumbnail. And it was actually like, it was discovered during the second stream, because the synthesizer that was used actually visually bugs. And now, for example, it's existent, but you cannot see where it is because you need to drag it out of nothingness. Even better. Now something extremely nice happened. If this is the configuration, and then I pop out and become floating again, now I'm tripled on the screen. This is the actual screen. Nothing else. I'm just streaming the screen. Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool, eh? Which kind of fits with the theme of the episode, because now we're basically making an AI GPT-powered chat force that's gonna try and not repair, but basically restart the project that we failed on the previous streams. So, an interesting little experimentation there. Basically, this stream is underpaying employees and drinking medicine. Okay, checking on my roommates to see. Through the Open API, through the OpenAI API. So what you can do is actually ask directly OpenAPI, hey, I want this to be generated as a prompt, and you give it like the whole conversation and it generates the next prompt. And this project that we were starting on, this thing, chatDev, basically it even has a cute UI where every little single one of those little characters is actually a GPT agent. And in the current context, they're like a software development company, and all of them have different roles, so they interact with each other, being like just the GPT agents, and they create better programs than a single GPT agent, but they're still not that good. So we want to see how long of a time do I have before yeah, exactly. The thing I tried was creating a snake game, but they failed miserably, both in Python and in Rust. So I'm having great expectations. But yeah, firstly, I'll just run it once, see what they do. So basically there's this thing where you can configure the roles, and this is all the roles that are in the company. Like you have the chief creative officer, the CEO, the CTO, HR, programming, yada yada. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you use as well, right? Like, ChatGPT 4 is way better at like spatial tasks than GPT 3.5, but at this point, like, it's mostly intuition, because like now the evaluation has become like, okay, it's so open to the world that you hear like all these anecdotal evidence of like, okay, GPT 4 is better at this rather than the normal one, and yeah. But they're actually like way more useful than diffusion models, even though diffusion models like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, they're much more fun. I mean, I like flooded my Twitter with AI images. So okay, so right now I want to see like what the baseline is, right? So I'm going to use the default configuration without like giving them any guidance, and I want them to create basically a live performance session manager for Pipewire, which is the thing I'm using to actually handle audio on Linux. This thing I was talking about, like this is like every little device, like for example, this is the OBS microphone. Like this is exactly this microphone from my system goes to this particular output so it can be cast to the stream, stuff like that. And this obviously needs to be. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Wolfram Mathematica is great, but actually today I read a paper that said that you can actually make it even better by making like GPT-4 seed prompts back into Wolfram Alpha, and then like actually GPT is aware of the steps that Wolfram Alpha is taking, but that's like still under development and it's very early in terms of like what is happening. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's actually start. There will be plenty of time to just talk and hang out in the stream because I'm not going to be working. The underpaid hypothetical employees will be working. So that's great. Okay, we need to go into the chatDev thing and yeah, install a couple of things. I had some preparation because I set up this thing, which is basically like Python poetry thing that will just set up an environment. Let's see if I just copy this. Yeah, this basically tells it, okay, set up these. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like people that are behind Wolfram Alpha are extremely interesting. Like the guy has incredible ideas for how he can extend math with programming and vice versa. So it's pretty cool. And like, you know, programming is like one of the you know, exact applications of math that, well, it's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna copy this toml file, which basically sets up the project into chatdev, the new one. I know I'm performing a little bit of magic here, but what this is basically saying is just spin up an environment that has some 3.9 version of Python, because I hate actually managing shit with comp, and that's what they recommend. I'm just not going to do that. So, okay. Let's use the 3.9 shell, and then we're going to do poetry install, which basically will now create this 3.9 environment. So if I go into the shell, if I go into the shell, this is gonna happen. Now we have this environment that we need to follow the guide from the GitHub, because that's how you do coding, guys. And then the example is wrong because, well, that's how coding works, guys. So what we need to do is basically this, which installs requirements for Python. Like, the requirements are numerous, and I'm extremely surprised they managed to pull this off with no software tracking. But yeah, for example, here they import actually the OpenAI API. Yeah, it's kind of restrictive, but also it allows you to do way more than the actual chat. Like, for example, you can say to like, you can describe to GPT exactly what it's trying to do. Like, for example, you directly say to him, you're a personal assistant, you have to fulfill that role, or you're not performing good. It's like basically a more privileged piece of text that is like, okay, act as this character. And that's part of the actual API, and this is just stringing that along, and it actually like creates some stuff that is somewhat usable. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Like, you can do like the Alfred to Batman, but you can also like tell it to, like, you can tell it on the config string, act like a Italian American New Yorker that fixes cars over the phone, and it will try and approximate that, and like always pay attention to that part of the sentence, as it's like, okay, that's the character I'm playing, kind of a thing. It's called the system prompt. If anybody is interested in the future, and I should have probably done a description. So let me just add a little description org, and we're gonna add chatDev to that thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why I'm using ChatGPT. There should be just like Bubble Ninja Dev, where it's just several people that are just controlled by you, acting as a software company. It'll probably produce better results on average, even. So let me just do this. Okay, I'm just gonna add useful links, and then if we want to plan something, we can just plan it in this supposed description. But I don't have my streaming setup very worked out, so sometimes it doesn't work. But okay, let's actually try it, right? So the example that they give is this. First, it needs my API key, and I have a macro setup for that, but I'm security conscious, so I'm just gonna do it off screen. I closed the terminal. Classic mistake. Classic. So yeah, I mean, you know, like, the thing is, that wouldn't be that much of a dox, because I'll just go and like shut down the key. Because like with API keys, you can just say, oh, I fucked this one up, I leaked it on stream, can you just delete it, and you can generate another one. But the thing is, like, as I said, like, this is technically not free, but like with $10 you can generate like 600 projects. So like, you don't really care that much, because per token, like, the price is so little for the actual model that's running the default ChatGPT that you don't really care about the price. $10 per 600 projects is way too much, or like, not way too much, but bearable. So yeah, I need to mean, yeah, to be honest, so is the world. But, you know, me as a Hearthstone player, I do enjoy a little bit of pay to win. Yeah, I mean, kind of doxed myself, but didn't really. Yeah, this is how I fetch my testing key. Okay. So now we want to basically try the example from the thing, which this is how you run it, right? You just tell it, okay, what is the project name? And I think I want to call it pipe sniff because that's another archival project. But yeah, if there's suggestions in the chat, please feel free to suggest names. But basically what we want is something that will record MIDI, record audio, and allow me to, you know, launch synthesizers and configs with one click. Like basically I want it to be fast. Okay, so the description will be, okay, let's iteratively work on it. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't know how much people will make use of this exact line. I mean, now that I know that this is the thing, and yeah, if there's somebody with an agent on my machine, they can probably, you know, get that. But, you know what? I'm going to, talking over that, you know, better safe than sorry. Okay, problem is fixed. Now security issues are out of the window. Nobody can use anything from this line anymore. Do you mind explaining the reasoning why you would do something like you would propose a name like that? Because it could be a good name. But yeah, we can work on it. Exactly. But let's first get the problem description, and then the name will just be a good name, I think. Okay, so I have a MIDI controller. I don't like using DAWs, which is digital audio workstations, by the way. I just don't enjoy using them, too big. I want a minimal Yeah, I mean, pipe sniff is basically like the thing that's managing audio on Linux isn't most times called pipewire, and this program will like basically sniff the pipes. I do have a bash script that already sniffs the pipes, but like you're following the train of thought. It's a strange thing, but also it kind of works. Yeah. So possibly without a GUI, that will allow me to, with one click, launch audio plugins, and play my will allow me to play synths with my MIDI controller and then record the MIDI stream and the audio out from the synth. I want the synth to be not a part of the project, something like this. Okay, so this is the request that we're gonna give to them. Even a better idea would be to just crack open my ChatGPT and just ask it how to concisely describe this, right? Okay. Minimal Linux app, because we want to actually for it to run on Linux, because otherwise I cannot obviously show it on stream. So okay, for now the placeholder name is pipesniff. Suggestions for actually, let me try and do the streamer thing. Yes. Charada. Wait, let me write before I forget. I'm not gonna dox him, so it's fine. I completely forgot. Time has been running relatively distorted. Okay, I wrote the small thing in case I forget, and then time is actually subjective, yes. Actually, GPT doesn't have a sense of time because it's a function call. It's incredible. Okay, so let's give it this task to run. So suggestions for project name are open during the whole stream. I don't know, can I pin this? Pinned. Okay. Bam. Can I edit this? I'm stupid. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. Why not? Okay, they decided to proceed in Python. That is interesting. Python is more readable than Rust. You know what? I like that name. That is a good name, and I think this will actually be in the description of the repo. Why not? Okay, Splinter, something to keep in mind. I just, for the sake of engagement, I'm just gonna pin that there, so like new viewers can come in, suggest names, interact with chat, have like some subculture, yada yada. You know, assuming that happens, but who cares at this point? Look at that, testing is going on. I should have run this in some way where like I can scroll up, but here They actually tried running the project that they created. Isn't that awesome? They're actually trying to run what they've created. And like, for example, here as well. The task force is creating the Python script, seeing that it doesn't run. The reason it does not run is this, and now the programmers have basically created something that's garbage, and the test team comes, tests it, and gives feedback to the programmers why it doesn't work. That's why this process is like actually going well. I think what I'll try to do is actually launch the GUI. How can I? Yeah, but how do I? Can I replay it after or what? Yeah, okay. After they're done with the app, they're done. Okay, so now, the GPTs even, or the chatDev is done with the app. Now they've gone through this iterative development where you saw like they run it like multiple times, and then they decided, okay, here there's a little bit of bugs, here there's a little bit of things that don't work. Plus, Python has advantages in like implementing this because it's like actually a scripting language, which means that you know, they can do arbitrary stuff, very unsafe stuff, and then you know, fuck up everything. But still, it might work like, let's say, 70% of the time, which is good enough because it's an approximation. So this is pipe sniff. We're not gonna look at the main module. I just wanna do this. Let's visualize it first, which I think was done. Share your software. How do we visualize this? Let's see. So here, is it here? I want to do like a little, we might need to go to the wiki for that. Exactly. So they provide this thing, right? Where they can basically, yeah, there's this UI pre-built that visualizes what they actually went through, right? So let's actually launch this up. And it's running on my local host. So, okay. It's running on my local host in this site right here, which is the chatDev. Now, we want to do this replay thing. Interesting. This used to work. Right. It doesn't work because, right, Firefox is a good browser. So this is the thing. Yeah, basically, Firefox doesn't link correctly to the thing. So that is unfortunate, but also, you know, what can we do? Okay, so this is the log. This is what actually they did. So in Python, the good thing about this project is it's guaranteed to work because the testers are not gonna pass it if the code doesn't execute, but they're not testing whether or not it executes correctly. So it's very rare that this actually outputs something that doesn't run. But when it does run, it does kind of run into these issues that are not really good. So let's actually replay it and see what happens. So I'm going to slow it down. And what they're doing is now they're basically Yeah, so now like this is the actually chief executive officer talking to its employees, right? And then this submits the info of the application, and according to this, they start to describe and to reason. What do you mean name? Yeah, and what they're doing now is like they want to see like, you know, what are they actually gonna do? First step in the execution chain um, is like choosing the programming language, and like this prompt is extremely biased because they've already like they've done the infrastructure for Python, where like Python is able to be tested in real time. Ah yes, okay, like this. Now I'm gonna be small, but now let's give some shine to the artificial employees. So what are they gonna do first is yeah, basically they're choosing a programming language, but if you pay close attention, if Python can complete this task, if yeah, if Python can complete this task via Python, please answer Python. Otherwise, answer other programming languages. Which I wonder what they'll ask. Look at that. Right. And then they still have no ideas on how they can actually implement this. This I haven't seen before. So during the snake game, they immediately had an idea. We're like, okay, we have a lot of coding projects that are implementing a snake game. Maybe you can just sample from them, see how we can do this. But this project doesn't exist, right? So they are now creating something that might be cool. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Yeah, so this is like actually just sped up on how much like every token is generated, right? And then they return this yeah. So the thing here that they're not picking up very nicely is that the project should have a GUI. I explicitly said in the prompt, right? I want a minimal Linux app that's possibly without a GUI. Something that they're not picking up because of the way they're coded up, right? So let's actually speed it up a little more. So here, like the model is basically hallucinating a little bit, making a little bit of ideas, saying what they need to do and stuff like that. Let's view a little bit of how their company is structured. So in this folder, company configs, they have, well, configs of different companies. Like that's the cool part of this. You can, yeah, I know, right? Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, right now it's really a research paper topic, so like they're trying to make it work rather than make it user friendly. They're trying to make it developer friendly because this actually has a rapid rate of development, which is cool. But what they have are all these prompts that are like, okay, basically saying, what is the role of every person? What are their expertise? What can they do? And also, they're doing these things, which are phases. So they're, for example, demanding they're going to demand analysis, which is like, okay, what are the requirements of the project? Well, what can we do to make this actually nice for users, or like for hypothetical users? Then they're choosing the language. this is the step that we just witnessed, where like they're asking themselves, yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true, right? But like in the future, this could probably, like, especially if larger models that are more capable are able to be run by people, or like companies can probably use this as is right now. Uh, Granted, they probably wouldn't get as good of results, but maybe like 2-3 years in the future, like this could be something that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, for example, here the programmer has like different things that they can do. Then there art integration, like what can we do here to like, you know, make this more of a coherent product. So we'll see actually how it runs. We'll see if it does run. We'll see if it does not. But yeah, look at that. They're even like right here. Um, they're even have a documentation team, which is meant to document how you are, you know, how you are meant to use the project that they've created. And yeah, here we can see that they've created this minimal Linux app for MIDI controller. I do want to scroll a little bit back, see what they've done. So they've actually managed to open the MIDI port. That is actually very cool. So yeah. Uh, yeah, that's actually very cool. Wait, how do I turn this off? Maybe I can. I need to probably kill Signal. Okay, so yeah, they're like, for example, going through what the requirements are, and here those are the requirements, which are actually not correct, but it doesn't matter because then the chief executive officer goes and thanks the programmer, gets the requirements, and links them into the project again. So these are the requirements, right? They document how to use them, and then do the testers jump in? Do they jump in? Well, do the testers jump in? Okay, let's look through that in the terminal. Where there were these crashes where the app was supposed to run. Okay. Let's see. Let's read the documentation that they've created and actually try to run the project. Oh. Okay, so it will be in this directory, warehouse, and then you have to kind of scroll down because these are example projects and see what they've actually done. So this is the manual. Yeah, fair enough. They didn't call it pipe sniff, but you know, did they? No, they did not. They called it a minimal Linux app for MIDI controllers. Okay, let's actually set the project up a little bit I'm gonna do a poetry init. And this is the project. I'm not gonna include this, and yeah, Python 3.11 is probably fine. Can you not lag? Why did it lag? Huh. My software lagged. Great. Gray file names right there. Gray file names. Yeah, this is the correct one. We want to add Mido, and what was the other thing from the docs? We'll see if they can create something that's actually more than nothing. Even here. Oh, they already produced the requirements? No way. Oh, look at that. They produced the requirements, so we can just, you know, let's do it from the terminal. So here I'm gonna kill this, and I'm gonna cd into the directory that they wanted. This. And now we're gonna do poetry shell. Fine. I'm actually not entirely sure how to unattach from this Python version. So I'm just gonna kill this. Go to pipesniff. Now we're at this correct thing. Okay, now I need to correctly not dox myself. Let me actually try it. Okay. I'm writing a little bit of commands to just for no reason increase security. This is what we have at the moment. It is beautiful, in my opinion. We want to poetry shell, and now we're in the correct environment. And then let's use their documentation, which just says install these. These are actually Python packages. This is incredible. It actually does work in the intended way. And let's see if they can actually replace me at my job. RTMD doesn't exist, but that is fine. So testers actually let us slide the fact that RTMD didn't work. And now we are gonna install the dependency that they missed. Okay, so they failed miserably. That is fine. We can try and produce their program in different programming languages. But first, what I want to do is actually open ChatGPT itself. Okay, so here it also saves the prompt of like, what did we actually say to the thing to create the program. First optimization I want to try is like actually ask ChatGPT itself to make it more concise, right? Here we're just going straight to the balls like artificial intelligence. What can it do for us, right? And again, I think we should call it Splinter. From now on, the project name is Splinter. Is it? Wait, that's the. I'm not missing the. Yeah, okay. Yes. Here we. Okay, let's see. So this will actually be. Whoop! You won, indeed. You won. I have no idea how you won that competition. The odds were not rigged at any level. But yeah, good job. Congrats. You're the first one to win a stream, win a competition at a Shepkofield stream. That is mind-boggling. I want to generate a pitch for the app. Okay. Okay. Now it's generating the pitch. Right. And then create. By the way, why I'm doing this is basically transformers are these networks that just guess the next token. If you give them a lot more context, they're very much better at what they're doing because now they have more material to work with, right? So that's the thing. Mm, okay, call it Splinter instead. Okay. So let's see if they actually perform better with this description over the previous one. So we want to do that again. These Python environments are a little bit you know, I misspelled it. Okay, right, and install 3.11 wait, versions. Install 3.11. Okay. And this is now going to install like a different Python version, so I don't have to keep changing terminal. This might take a little bit, but yeah, we can go through what the actual idea is. So this will be this will be the first approach we try. Then we're gonna try to bias it to I don't think I'll try to bias it to work in Rust, because I tried it in Rust. I'll probably do it for just demonstration purposes, but I tried it in Rust, and then it doesn't actually have the ability to run the project, so the testers don't know if it actually worked or not. And also, I want to create the a thing where actually the testers are important, so it doesn't produce a piece of thing that doesn't that doesn't work. Right? Like, I want it to be through an iterative process where like it tries and tries and tries again. And if I look at my OpenAI consumption and it goes over like $2, I'm gonna stop it. But yeah, that is the goal for the stream. And we've been live for how long? For an hour already. Oh my god. Okay. Did this work? Wow, that takes a long time. Okay. Good stuff. .11.5. Wait, is it? Was it shell? Yes. Okay, so now we can go back to poetry shell. Okay, deactivate this. 3.11.5. I'm forgetting the commands. Can we even like try and use no use? What? How did I? I don't have that thing here, but yeah, no, let's see. Did I completely break this terminal? Maybe I did. Poetry shell. It's not completely broken. It actually activated correctly. So let's try it. Quick look up into the GitHub. How did they run again? Yeah, why does Python run the Py not work? How did I delete my history? I don't know. Let's try. So this is the thing. It's gonna be called Splinter. Oh, hello. There's another concurrent viewer. What is up? Come out of the woodworks. Oh. Okay, so the task now will be the thing we generated with ChatGPT, which is this thing, right? So that, and this will be the name of the thing, right? The name of the project, which was won by a person in chat. It would be nice if... Okay, I need to restart the terminal. Yeah, you know, stuff like that happens. Technical debt, yada yada. I can use a lot of things to... It's not use. What is it then? It's shell, no? Okay. I'm getting kind of scared and messing shit up, but this should not start generating stuff. Yeah, okay. Now it's in the correct shell. For some reason, like, it doesn't work. This will be an authentication error. because I need to do ba-bam, ba-bam. Yep. Whatever. So, okay, they've started on the new thing. Let's try and see what they're doing a little bit. So now they're choosing a language. Straight up, they decided on Python. No Volt, no nothing. Incredible. Okay. They're already catching up on like how they need to structure the program. So it's pretty cool. Like they're already creating an object that's encapsulating a MIDI controller, yada yada. One thing that's happening is, like, for example, programming ability is very limited. Like they'll go for you know stuff that's like generally accepted in the world of programming, where like you would have stuff like that, just signatures of classes, and then they'll start populating stuff. Instead of like using functions or like some design patterns or using languages ensembles, which makes sense. They can test in Python, so they will test in Python. I mean, we already saw what the company config looks like here, where like the chief technology officer is like, we need to choose a language, but please choose Python because Python is cool. And yeah, and that is actually not here. That's here, where like the process is actually shaped. Like, what can we extract from this process? Here we're choosing a language. No, here. Here we're choosing a language where we want to understand what the modality of the task is, what is the actual task, what ideas does the team have, what ideas does, like this agent have, what ideas does this agent have, and then you can even separate them to like do more stuff. Like you can have one idea generation agent, and then you pass it through, let's say, a critic of that agent. Like, what can this relationship do? And it's actually an interesting research topic in terms of like, okay, this is actually interactive. You can see something that resembles a social network there. I think my dashboard is bugged, but oh no, there's still two concurrent viewers. Cool. Yeah, okay, so here the code reviewers are initiated, which they'll just go up and fuck up everything. I mean, yeah, I guess that that's the job. But also keep in mind, they don't have access to the MIDI controller. So they actually, like, for them to actually properly test it, they probably need to like create a mock, which is completely out of the league, I think. But again, like making a more complex organization, having multiple stages of testing, having people like creating more hardware. Like we can have hardware team, let's say, they're trying to approximate different stuff. Like I'm talking like that, but also like that is a pretty chill idea of just basically having this AI workforce that can interact with one another. We dropped the Cancun in viewership. Sad. No way. You couldn't see that, but a UI for the project spawned outside of the on the other screen. I am pretty sure they wouldn't, you know, they probably will not do the correct thing, but you know, plus they kind of messed it up. Oh no, they did call it Splinter. But before that, it was called... I don't know what it was called exactly, but let's test out the new version of their product. Let's see if it's actually any better than what they claim. So we're going to the warehouse, and the warehouse will now have an entry that's called Splinter. Look at that. They created a few things. Do we want to visualize the log again? I think I'm just gonna have it do that in the background, and then just go through it, see what went wrong, where can we improve, stuff like that. Okay. Not this one. Now we're interested in the Splinter. Which will actually be this, if I'm not mistaken. Because one of them, I think, failed. Something that happened here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll enjoy fucking around with these AI engines. But thank you, good night, and see you soon. Glad to have you and hang around, even like in this manner. See ya. We've lost them. Incredible. See ya. Yeah. Great back and forth this this stream. So, what if we refresh this? It is not running. Okay, I do kind of feel a little stupid. That actually detects the shell itself, so that is great. I'm gonna enter Tmux and do poetry shell as well here, because oh, leaked my music tastes. Very bad. Yeah. So now we're in the shell that we want, and then we want to open online log and app. This actually creates the app correctly. So this is this. Let's load and replay this, and I'll have it running in the background, maybe even faster. And there's the estimation of the cost, which is kind of important, because we are talking about, like, okay, how are we making this, you know? Okay, so in the meantime, let's go to their stuff. So, interestingly enough, they actually do create some interesting stuff. Like now, this is probably not gonna work because this actually just creates the UI. And yeah, I mean, it's fine. But also, we probably do want to make something coherent. I wonder if we can create a new role, which is like audio engineer, which just spits random facts about audio and like how pipewire works, let's say. Okay, but let's run it. What is this requirement even? The requirement was this. I think. Okay. So we are gonna add this. No matching version of this. Okay. Let's just give it our best shot. So we want to actually create some environments with poetry. Poetry, simpler, easier to maintain than matplotlib. That's why I'm making it really. No other reason. And now we do have it in Splinter. So poetry shell. This will create the thing. And then let's do okay, checking on my roommates. Let's actually install the thing that they want us to. Wow. Did Ritl actually break this? Okay, let's go. Let's go see the Kinter. They actually managed to get it running. Yeah, cost was 11 cents. The cost for this one was 11 cents. We have something that's half working. I've never actually used this, so I have no idea why this is this way. Let's see. It's just TK. It's one of those like strange things, right? Yeah. Wait, TK installs RTMD? That might actually work better than expected. Okay, Python main. That's interesting. What? Okay, let's see if this is actually a client. This is getting extremely interesting. I'm just gonna pull the graph here. Okay, I pulled it here. I'm gonna restart my Emacs. So there's nothing that actually happens. Stop recording. Like, yeah. Interesting. Interesting little things here. Let's see what their code actually does. It's generally like extremely nice, yeah. So they're calling up what this actually does. Yeah, okay. It prints them. It prints stuff. That's interesting though. They didn't do like a whole interface. That's pretty cool. I wonder if we can actually make it do more. So, first things first. Let's try and create an actually more complex organization. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's actually try out different parameters at random now. We're going to use the same prompt. We'll see. Yeah, let's actually copy this and make it are there workers? I'm not going to read documentation. Let's just go through the JSON files, see what they're doing. So this is the chat chain, right? So this is what actually happens. We're requiring all of these, yeah. So let's actually make it more into an audio thing. All right, so so this is software test engineer. First, let's start with our programmers. Right, okay. This is what happens. Now, the code reviewer So let's see. You reflect on you particularly dislike functions that do nothing. Okay. And here, testing. Yeah. You have the capabilities to test with mock media devices. Yeah, let's just give them some roles, make it more rigorous, see how much it costs, see how much it does not cost, stuff like that. Oh, hello. Somebody just joined the stream. Little explanation. What we're doing is chatDev, which is this interesting thing, even better. Just like this little software company that's full of ChatGPT agents that are exchanging code back and forth. It's pretty nice. Now we're basically configuring our own version of this, or like not our own version of this, but like a company that's specifically tailored to the project I'm doing. So this is actually more of writing text rather than code. Most of the streams were, or like all of the streams up until now were writing Rust, and now this is cool. So yeah, anyways. Yeah, these are the phases. I think they don't need that much time. Python is fine because it can do the thing. Yeah, art design. I yeah, this thing. Also, we want should do work, actual work, and not mock tasks such as printing messages like messages like function worked. Okay, let's see. This memory are interesting. This modifications and everything that it needs. Okay, we lost the concurrent viewer. That is fine. But we also do enjoy our concurrent viewers here. I have analytics open, that's why I'm trying to, this is actually an educational stream, so why not, actually reach out to the people. Anyways, next thing is this chat chain. Let's actually do this, right? So this will actually need a reflection here. Yeah, and this I'm gonna set to true rule. And let's read some documentation about like what this max turn step means. Let's see. So the wiki says something like max turn step. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so we can actually see here. Coding is fine. I think here we can do maximum number of steps to be 10. That will be interesting. I think this could be 3, 5, 4 more. This would probably cost a lot more, but you know, who cares? I'm gonna keep an eye out on how much it actually does cost, but we'll see. And this will be something like this. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I mean the code review modification could be probably nicer. I want this to actually understand what it is doing. So yeah, I wish we had like, let's see. So this is the chat chain, right? This is the code review. What about research? Language choose, coding, art design, code review, test, compose. Okay. That is fine-ish. I think harder workers will be okay to just plop in there, see if they actually do better. Yeah, so this will actually or will be the name of the organization. So that will be interesting. We want to rerun it from here, and this will take a longer time to complete, right? The only parameter we're adding is this, which will be harder workers. Okay, so now harder workers has begun. Okay. So they've chosen Python. already they're starting to have a little bit of improvement. Everything is just pass, 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 pass. But that will change in a bit. Yeah, as we can see, like, coming from it here, you know, a lot of stuff is happening right there. I need to answer a message real quick. Okay, message answered. So what they had trouble with is like sometimes they debug issues, but then the issues don't do anything, right? So then they just do nothing about it, which is interesting, let's say. So no, nothing is happening. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can. Alright, I will crack open my OpenAI my OpenAI API on the side, so I can at least look at how many yeah, at usage. Hmm. Yeah, actually today it's been only 17 cents. There is new stuff emerging from the development. Oops, I kicked the bucket. Yeah, yeah. There's a cap per month. Like you can use more than 120 bucks. But all the running right now has cost only 50 cents. So that is great. Plus little things I tried in the past. Or like not in the past, but basically like trying stuff out. There's actually stuff happening, you know? Yeah. The MIDI recorder is doing stuff. They created something that's called an audio synthesizer, which, I don't know what it does. I don't think they know what it does. It doesn't matter. It does not. It is refining itself very nicely. Like, this is way more structured of a code than, it actually does. So, it's actually pretty nice. I can drink my medicine again. I just stopped. Okay, up until now, this execution has costed 10 cents. Yeah. Now basically the testing and programming teams will have a back and forth. That's pretty cool. Yeah. If you look up, this guy basically said, "Oh, the audio synthesizer doesn't exist, so try and use something else." Yeah, but honestly, it's pretty nice. Yeah, this cost 13 cents for the whole process. So little pieces don't work. Yeah. This is distributing tasks. 16 cents. And it ended. Okay. We didn't see anything pop up. Which could be a bit of a problem. Here. What was it? Right. Splinter hard workers. This thing. So this implements an audio synthesizer, which just has print statements. The main function actually that tries to create a good GUI. It's not bad. And we have this MIDI controller that again does absolutely nothing. But we can try and run it. Let's run this, and then unfortunately I'll have to stop the stream. But I'll generally be interested in continuing this. Or genuinely interested. Because it's a fun game. I'm back and forth between like, okay, what can we actually do with this? Stuff like that. Let's go to a different. Right, come on. Okay, and then copy this by project. We copy this into hard workers, and then this terminal right now can just exist. Yeah, it created a 3.11. It did create RTMD interface. Poetry shell, and then we'll do pip install our requirements. Come on. Okay, it installed NumPy. Bomb. Cool. I'm just gonna install TK. That's actually already satisfied. That's cool. That's cool. And I'll run main.py. Yeah, I mean, you can see this thing is just plain not runnable. You know, prompt engineering is not straightforward. And this costs a lot of money. But what it actually shows me is, plus, they're not coding in Rust, which gives me an advantage. And second, they're not actually creating the project. So, like, yeah, I'm not better because I failed as well, but I cost more money. So, who really failed there? I'll let that for you to decide. Anyways, like, subscribe, whatever. See you some other time. I'm thinking of a schedule, but probably won't be as consistent. So we'll be just randomly starting streams, doing little stuff with the MIDI controller and graphics. So that's pretty good. See ya.